Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are playing Boros 67, which I picked over on AetherHub. It had a 67% win rate and is a Boros deck, meaning red and white. This deck is fast, this deck is aggro, and this deck has a little bit of life gain. Crazy. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and remember, in the immortal words of His Holiness, the Space Pope, the cow says, moo. Doctor, you can't suck it. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the AetherHub, posted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta, and it's simply called Boros. But it had a 67% win rate, it had 42 wins, 20 losses, and had some interesting mix of cards. I think I've been playing against it once or twice, but this seems like a fairly new incarnation of like a mono red aggro deck mixed with a little bit of white. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got? We got 3 points of damage to each opponent, between 2 and 4 to any particular target you like. This guy does a point of damage automatically whenever you attack with a lizard, and you can pump him a little bit, pretty much after that point of damage gets dealt to him. This guy pumps up with each spell or with each instant or sorcery you cast. This guy does 2 points of damage to any target. This one can't be blocked except for by hasty guys, potentially. This does 2 points of damage to a creature, but you can give them a treasure token, which you could also do 3 points to a controller, 3 points to any target, 2 points to a target player or planeswalker when it comes into play. This does 4 points of damage to target player, or you can give one of your guys double strikes. I mean, double striking on the Screaming Nemesis would be 6 points rather than just 3. Lightning Helix does 3 points of damage to any target, and you gain 3 life, so you have potential to gain up to 12 life over this turn. This guy comes out with haste. He's a 3/3, and whenever he's dealt damage, you deal that much damage to any other target. And if you deal damage to a player that way, they cannot gain life for the rest of the turn. So you get a nip life gain in the bud for your opponent. This will pump up lizards. This is a semi-fast land, and this is not. Unless a player has 13 life or less. A player has... so later in the game, this could be a better, faster card. All right, so there we go. What are we going to do? We are going to not waste our cards on creatures if we can help it. Try to jam people in the face. Try to maximize their effectiveness by playing them when we have prowess guys out. And other than that, use our guys to slip in as much little damage as possible so that we can just finish them off with 3s, 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 and the occasional 4. All right, that's it. That's what we're going to do. But before we go out and do our damage, we're going to say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against UnanOranis. That's a lot of red. This looks like a mono red deck. Hello, weird looking mushroom golem. I could play these on my opponent's turn. It's probably worth doing. I can just shock that elf to nothingness. Yeah, these are useless without the white. All right, come on. White mana. That's what I need. I'll pray for it in a second. Didn't get the white mana. So that's 12 right there. Brawler. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit there. I get this up to... I need 5 mana so I can get this thing out with what we got. Yeah, I better just shoot that thing when I got the opportunity. These things go way out of control. Okay, 2 right there, right to the face, hippie. And no attacks. Got him down to 9. I've got 8 right there, so I can slip through next turn with at least 1 guy and win it. Except for the fact I need 2 white to be able to pull this trick off. Yeah, 1/1's fine, man. I don't care. All right, let's bleed myself a little bit of extra life there. There we go. Now we can just kill him next turn. Regardless of what happens, as long as you can't do 17 points of damage this turn, you'd have to have like a tripler with the guy he's got right now. I don't think you can do that with 5 mana, like triple damage. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch. It's funny, he's going to crack this open, get himself a little hasty mana producer. There we go. And I was just janking your chain. Touchdown, Lava Bears. All right, playing against seasteven. All right, dog meat, you need to quiet down. Ooh, I went with 1 stupid mana. That is a bad decision. Ooh, these are slow. Trying to give me a nice slow start. I don't appreciate that. We got lots of great things. Next mana is not great there, huh? There, let's just burn that guy. That'll buy us a little bit of time. It's 7 points of damage to him right there, but he's got 17. Because he's got a huge advantage over me, more guys doing more damage, and I'm 3 points down at the moment. All right, I got a little bit of pump. That's it. I pretty much am going to lose this thing. Phew. Screaming Nemesis. All right, fine. We'll keep the other guys back as blockers. So I get squeeze 6 out of this guy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I just have to block this and that. No, 4 is even better. Oh, do I have the mana for doing all? Yeah, I do. I got the mana for all that. And 3 to the face. Boom, boom, goes the room. Victory. All right, we're playing against player who's passing by. All right, we got 2 cards for the pump. Hard Claw to help out. All right, great, man. Points. Let's get another guy sliding in. There we go. And we'll slip the last guy out. Let's treasure them up. And all in. All right, man. You can. Oh, you just let it go. All right, good for you. And so you can take out the Pyromancer. We got him down to 8. We got 4 in our hand. There's still... We got 4 right here. Depends if he tries to block it or not. So we technically have lethal. That's a lot. Hopefully it's not too much. All right, that's it. Don't destroy your guy. He's thinking, I won. It's so fantastic. And shot to the face for 4. Victory! All right, we are playing against BW527865. It just rolls right off the tongue. Let's see if he's willing to trade. We have to waste it on these guys. That's what sucks here. And come on in, my friend. Come on in. All right, what have I got here? I've got 3, 6, 9. And he's a 15. All right, so the question is, can we kill this guy fast enough? I need 4 mana to pull off all these tricks. He's going to come at me with 7. Oh, good. He's not going the full blower. All right. We're going to get down to 11, which is not 9. We do have all the mana we need. Because I'll be doing 3 points of damage with the guys I got. And we're down to 5. Boltwave. So, okay, I got 9 still. That's all I can do. I could do 9 still. That's it. I think I got it. So I'm doing at least 2. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Don't have anything. Don't let green gain any life. And we win. Boom, boom, boom. Goes the room. All right, playing against Kayin. Kayin. See Singleton red. We'll put this out. We'll survive the attack. All right, so what do we got? This could get us 2. I go for player with that guy, apparently. All right. All right, 3. 2 damage for a pump. I think it's a sorcery, huh? Gotta do it at the beginning of the turn. All right, I'll just wait. I'll wait till next turn to do it. All right, he's laying down. He's down, getting down to 9. Nuts. Haha. All right, let's just can we get through? We got to kill that guy first. Lightning Helix, is that the way to go? Let's do that. And we lost it. Oh, we actually could win, huh? And we win. That was fantastic. Oh, I thought we had lost it. How could he not have pumped those guys up? All right, so here we are with Boros 67. I believe it's referred to as Boros Burn. And yeah, it was great. I mean, the thing about this deck is, like, this is the way I think about it, is at some point you're playing Magic cards and you're like, man, why don't I just put together a whole deck of lightning bolts and I'll just shoot the guy in the face just over and over again. Just 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And then next thing you recognize is that, it's like, what is that? That's 3 times divided by 20 is like, what, 6, 7 times? Yeah, 7 times. Still, you get more mana out. You can play multiples out. You might be able to win, actually. But you know what? It's just not enough time. You don't have, 7 turns to do this thing. Maybe you can pull it off in 5 or something, but people are killing you in 4 if that's the situation. You got no creatures. But I like this deck because it tilts its hand in that direction. For being mono, it's not, for being mono red, essentially, it tilts its way in the direction of being like just creatureless. Lightning Helix is Boros. Boros Charm is Boros, but still we're just using Boros Charm mostly for that 4 points of damage to your opponent's face. I like the fact it just goes for the opponent. We do have the ability to take out creatures, but man, just try not to buy into that. Go for your opponent's face. That's all I can say. So it's cool, it's efficient, and it was different, and I really like that. All right, so get to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Looking at this, it was Blooming Blast. That was the one I thought was the most valuable player. I mean, everything does a great job. Screaming Nemesis has a certain amount of value to it because it prevents them from gaining life in a certain way. Plus, he's a hasty 3/3. But Blooming Blast has multiple values there. The fact that you're doing 2 points of damage to a creature and then also 3 points of damage to that creature's controller, that is good. And it only costs you 2 mana. Sure, you're giving them a treasure. Big effing deal. 1 stupid treasure. I'm good with that. Hired Claw is fantastic in its particular way because it keeps that anytime you attack with one or more lizard, then it's going to deal 1 point of damage. We don't really have any more lizards in here as far as I can remember. Oh, is it? No, Viashino. Viashino's a lizard. There you go. So he's got some extra chump to him. But yeah, I really like the ability, the twisted ability of Blooming Blast. Nothing here stands out over the top. But yeah, Blooming Blast is going to be my MVP. Congratulations, Blooming Blast. Mouse on a flower. You are today's winner. You're going to go to Disneyland. All right, let's move on. Was this deck competitive? I ended up with let's see if I can get out of it here, 57% win rate. Yeah. What does it say right here? 67? I could believe it. 2 out of every 3 games you could win with this deck. Yeah, I can believe it. I mean, what's nice is that you have a little bit of life gain in here. So because that's one of the things about mono red. You know, you start swinging against other people playing mono red aggro, and it's just whoever goes first is the deal. Lightning Helix is going to pull that back. You know, that extra 3 points of damage that thing is going to get you, potentially, 12 points of extra life you're going to get. That is fantastic for what is essentially a mono red aggro deck. Yeah, big time. Plus, it's doing that red damage you like so well, and it only costs you 2 mana. Sure, it's mixed, but you don't seem to have a problem. I don't have any. I shouldn't talk in the second person. I didn't have any problems with getting out white and red mana generally. So altogether, yeah, it was a great card. Man, is this the MVP? Maybe. Just because it extends the life of you, which extends the life of your ability to get what you need when you're going after your opponent. All right, so let's see. Competitive, I'll say check. Was this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, look at that aggro curve right there. 1, 2, 3. Really, it's 1 and 2. We only got 4 cards in the 3 category there. So you're playing with 1 and 2 drops like constantly. I love aggro decks. That's my jam, baby. Control takes too long. Mid-ranges can be okay, but you know, a good combo deck, but I always prefer stuff that goes on the aggro. Aggro is the meta killer right now. It is the meta right now. If you want to fight aggro, you're going to be fighting the meta. You will be fighting aggro, and this goes right along with it. So, yeah, I thought it was super fun. I thought this was a great deck. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Lastly, was this deck interesting? Now, that's where this thing kind of falls apart, just because it is pretty much a mono red aggro deck. We got the Swiftspears in there, but then after that, you know, and we got Burst Lightning and Shock and Lightning Strike. Yeah, whatever. But then after that, all the rest of the cards get very interesting. Lightning Helix. I haven't seen Gingerbrute being used a long time. Screaming Nemesis has been around. He's getting into everything right now. He's the new big thing for mono red aggro. But yeah, I think that the weird other cards we're putting in here, like Blooming Blast, that was fantastic. Boros Charm, Lightning Helix, the Viashino Pyromancer. Yeah, no, I think this is an interesting take on essentially mono red. I think it's great. I think it's fun. I thought it was cool. All right, so let's get to it. Let's add this up. What we got here. Was it competitive? Yes. Was this thing fun? Totally fun for me. Was this deck interesting? Believe it or not, it totally was. All right, so that makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.